Hi. Okay. Yesterday in the video I introduced Simon Sinek and Start with Why and said that made a big impact on me. I only came across this information a few months ago, introduced to me via Matt Goodman. But when I look back at my experiences with cancer, I can see that this actually had a massive impact. Watch the video. I'm going to include a little snippet now from the talk. It's really, really important, I think, that we all do this. And then I'll have a little chat about it afterwards. It's in the context of business, but I'm going to transpose that to our own health afterwards. Okay, I'll catch you in a few minutes. Cheers.
I call it the golden circle. Why, how, what? This little idea explains why some organizations and some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't. Let me define the terms really quickly. Every single person, every single organization on the planet knows what they do, 100%. Some know how they do it, whether you call it your differentiating value proposition or your proprietary process or your USP. But very, very few people or organizations know why they do what they do. And by why, I don't mean to make a profit. That's a result. It's always a result. By why, I mean what's your purpose? What's your cause? What's your belief? Why does your organization exist? Well, as a result, the way we think, the way we act, the way we communicate is from the outside in. It's obvious. We go from the clearest thing to the fuzziest thing. But the inspired leaders and the inspired organizations, regardless of their size, regardless of their industry, all think, act, and communicate from the inside out. Let me give you an example. I use Apple because they're easy to understand and everybody gets it. If Apple were like everyone else, a marketing message from them might sound like this. We make great computers. They're beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. Want to buy one? Meh. And that's how most of us communicate. That's how most marketing is done, that's how most sales is done, and that's how most of us communicate interpersonally. We say what we do, we say how we're different or how we're better, and we expect some sort of behavior, a purchase, a vote, something like that. Here's our new law firm. We have the best lawyers with the biggest clients. We always perform for our clients, do business with us. Here's our new car. It gets great gas mileage. It has, leather seats. Buy our car. But it's uninspiring. Here's how Apple actually communicates. Everything we do, we believe in challenging the status quo. We believe in thinking differently. The way we challenge the status quo is by making our products beautifully designed, simple to use, and user-friendly. We just happen to make great computers. Want to buy one? Totally different, right? You're ready to buy a computer from me. All I did was reverse the order of the information. People don't buy what you do, people buy why you do it. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This explains why every single person in this room is perfectly comfortable buying a computer from Apple. But we're also perfectly comfortable buying an MP3 player from Apple, or a phone from Apple, or a DVR from Apple. But as I said before, Apple's just a computer company. There's nothing that distinguishes them structurally from any of their competitors. Their competitors are all equally qualified to make all of these products. In fact, they tried. A few years ago, Gateway came out with flat-screen TVs. They're eminently qualified to make flat-screen TVs. They've been making flat-screen monitors for years. Nobody bought one. Dell came out with MP3 players and PDAs. And they make great quality products, and they can make perfectly well-designed products. And nobody bought one. In fact, talking about it now, we can't even imagine buying an MP3 player from Dell. Why would you buy an MP3 player from a computer company? But we do it every day. People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. The goal is not to do business with everybody who needs what you have. The goal is to do business with people who believe what you believe. Here's the best part. None of what I'm telling you is my opinion. It's all grounded in the tenets of biology. Not psychology, biology. If you look at a cross-section of the human brain looking from the top down, what you see is the human brain is actually broken into three major components that correlate perfectly with the golden circle. Our newest brain, our Homo sapien brain, our neocortex, corresponds with the what level. The neocortex is responsible for all of our rational and analytical thought and language. The middle two sections make up our limbic brains, and our limbic brains are responsible for all of our feelings, like trust and loyalty. It's also responsible for all human behavior, all decision-making, and it has no capacity for language. In other words, when we communicate from the outside in, yes, people can understand vast amounts of complicated information like features and benefits and facts and figures. It just doesn't drive behavior. When we communicate from the inside out, we're talking directly to the part of the brain that controls behavior, and then we allow people to rationalize it with the tangible things we say and do. This is where gut decisions come from. You know, sometimes you can give somebody all the facts and your figures and they say, I know what all the facts and details say, but it just doesn't feel right. Why would we use that verb? It doesn't feel right. Because the part of the brain that controls decision-making doesn't control language. And the best we can muster up is, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Or sometimes you say you're leading with your heart or you're leading with your soul. Well, I hate to break it to you, those aren't other body parts controlling your behavior. It's all happening here in your limbic brain, the part of the brain that controls decision-making and not language.
Okay, what did you think of that? For me, it was really powerful. And I go back to this video often just because I find it so inspiring. I'll put the full link in the notes below. When I first saw this, it was like a veil had been lifted off the story of my life. I often question myself, why is it that the friends that I socialised with at university, I got as good grades as they did, stuff like that, but they went on to big careers, big jobs, and I just flitted around from one to the other. I could never find what I wanted when I did. I thought, well, this is good, but then it wasn't right, it didn't feel comfortable. Every time responsibility came along, it seemed like I was running away from it. And I basically got quite down on myself over time, although on the outside I would hide that. Looking back to during my treatment, I remember the moment when I discovered my why and that it became clear. I was reading an article in bed in hospital thinking, why didn't I know this stuff? The fact that there's loads of stuff I could do to help myself stop getting cancer, or even now with cancer to help myself, but no one's telling me this stuff. I didn't know it, even though I've worked in the health and fitness industry, and that I followed the research, all of this, the stuff I was finding didn't match what we were being told. That was when I discovered my why. I had to get this information out to the world, but in order to do that, I had to prove it as well. I had to get better. So that was my why, and when I discovered it. As a personal trainer over the next few years, I hadn't really taken on board the message about why properly. Well, because I hadn't seen that video. I started seeing things, reading in research about motivation, stuff like that, people wanting to lose weight, get fit, run a marathon, this, that and the other. What I found, I was very good at knowing the information and maybe even designing programs and stuff like that. And when the people worked with me in the gym, it was good. We had fun, we worked through things. But people would leave the gym and they wouldn't do the stuff that we'd agreed that they would do, and they wouldn't look at their food, they wouldn't do the regular exercise, and life just got in the way. And over the years, in looking at the psychology, all of this, it started becoming a little bit clearer, but I never really picked up on it properly until I saw this video. Bizarrely, when I did see this video, I'd sort of lost my why a little bit again, and it had sort of faded, disappeared into the background. I worked on a new business, and yeah, it got more and more lost. I've just started rediscovering it more recently. Why do I think this is so important? Without this information, without having my why, when I look back, I doubt very much whether I would have given up meat, that I would have followed a protocol that was a vegetarian diet that made me whip up some pretty weird ingredients, or what seemed weird at first, that made me go and learn meditation. When I had first heard about meditation, I thought, yeah, I sat down, try it, nah, waste of time this. But the stuff I was reading, it was the right time for me. I felt that it was right, and I could see that, that this could really help. And having that why of needing to get better, to share the information I was learning, I stuck to it. And so that's why I think this is really important. I can tell you what foods I ate, I can tell you what meditation I did, I can tell you what exercise I did. But without you guys knowing what your why is, I'm not sure it will do you any good. So for now, what I would like you to do, for all of us, I think this is really important, because I think even if you're not ill, this can have a big impact on your life, is to go and think about what your why is. Go through that video again. This time, think about, why would you want to be healthy? What do you want to do with your life? If you have something that you really want to do with your life, and you can see that being healthy would be important for that, then the how and the what follow on naturally, and you will find ways. Whether it's what I did, and I don't intend anything of what I did to be a prescription, but maybe to provide principles that you can follow. But when you discover your why, life becomes much easier and things drop into place. So please go away, do that. Let me know in the comments below the video what you think, what you discovered. And don't worry if you don't have one, because it took me 43 years to find one, and then I lost it again. But the more you know about it, and the more you keep coming back to it, then you will find it. And we'll go through in another video ways of how you can hopefully find that. But for now, just start thinking about it. Don't judge yourself on it. Just think about it, and look back through your life, and look through your life through a different lens now, with the perspective of looking for whether you have a why or not, and how your life fits in with that why. Okay, like I said, let me know what you think. Love to hear your stories, and I'll speak to you next time. Cheers, bye.